everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Tia with Tia and the Beasleys, and if you're not familiar with myself or my channel, please, after you're done watching this one, go and watch my introduction video to my intro to my YouTube channel, myself, my family, a little bit about us, and what content I'll have on here. I'll have that linked up at the top of the video here as well as in the description box below. So I wanted to go over my Thanksgiving haul that I have here. I have everything laid out. I did Walmart grocery pickup for all of my items this year. There was one item I didn't have that I will have to go to the store for, but aside from that, I did Walmart pickup for everything else. I wanted to jump on here and do a little bit of a haul, tell you everything that I got, how much I spent, and then a little review on the Walmart pickup process itself. So let's jump right in. All right, so the first things I'll go over are things that are for Thanksgiving. So I got these King's Hawaiian rolls. There is 12 rolls in this pack. I will give you guys a total of what I spent at the very end, but I kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I got before I tell you how much I spent. Also, I'll give a little bit of a side note. This Thanksgiving, it will be my boyfriend and I, our 2 kids, and then my boyfriend's parents. So it's only gonna be 4 adults and 2 children, so we're not cooking for a whole lot of people, so I didn't get an overabundance of food. I probably still got more food than I needed to, but I would rather be safe than sorry and actually have the food that we need. So then I got some chips so that we can have some chips and dip before dinner's actually done. I got some salsa and sour cream. I mix them together to give like a creamy dip. My grandma used to do it for me when I was a kid, and ever since then I've kind of just been stuck on it. It's really good with like the salty thin chips like Lay's or Ruffles. That's really good too. But I got these regular tortilla chips. I also got some peppers. I got some jalapenos, some serranos, some lime, an onion, some tomatoes with green chili, and some cilantro. I'm going to attempt to make my own salsa. We will see how that goes. I don't know. It'll be the first time that I do it, so we'll see how I do. The next thing that I got was just some stuffing. I got some turkey flavored stovetop stuffing. I got the twin pack. We probably don't need both, but I figured I would get it, rather be safe than sorry. I think the girls might like this as well. I'm gonna try it. My little one will probably eat it. We'll hope that the bigger one eats it too. The next thing I got was some butter. I got some sweet cream salted butter. I got a 2-pack because we do use butter for a lot of other things in the house as well. We use it to cook our eggs in the morning. We use it if we make macaroni and cheese. We'll obviously be using it for the potatoes and the stuffing as well. So I figured I would get a 2-pack just so we have extra in the fridge as well. I got a 5-pound bag of potatoes to make some mashed potatoes. They're Idaho potatoes. And I got some sour cream and some chives as well for the mashed potatoes. I chop up the chives and throw them in the mashed potatoes, as well as some sour cream and butter. And it's super, super delicious. I got that idea and sort of chef hack from the HelloFresh that I get delivered. So I've started to learn kind of my cooking skills a little bit, hone in on a little bit more cooking skills. As you can see by a lot of this box stuff, I don't cook all that often, nor do I cook very well. So the HelloFresh has kind of helped me learn some cooking skills and things like that as well. I will do a separate review on HelloFresh here in the next few weeks, so look out for that. I also got some gravy. It is some roasted turkey gravy. I've never gotten canned gravy before. I've always just gotten the packets. So I hope that this works out just fine. I'm sure it's very similar. It doesn't have any ingredients except for some turkey broth and some cornstarch and then the actual gravy. So that's that. I got 2 cans of that, the value size. Again, I don't know that we need that much, but I am making quite a bit of mashed potatoes, and the girls do like mashed potatoes and gravy, so we may go through it, and at least we'll have some leftovers, and we'll have some leftovers we can send home with his parents as well. The next thing I got was stuff to make green bean casserole. I got some green beans, some cream of mushroom soup, and some of the crispy onions. The recipe that I did find also called for cheese. I don't know that I've ever used cheese in my green bean casserole, but I will try it. I'm always up for cheese. You can't go wrong with adding cheese into pretty much anything. So the next thing that I got was some marshmallows and some honey to make some candied yams. Unfortunately, they didn't have any more sweet potatoes in the cans that I had added to my order. So that was something that I didn't get in this haul, and I'll kind of go over that in my review at the end. So I will have to go to the store and get some sweet potatoes, whether I get whole sweet potatoes and cut them up, or I get the canned ones. I'm not really sure which one to do. If you guys have any advice or suggestions, please comment below. I think probably I'll get the canned ones just because I don't have to cook them, but we'll see. Next, I got stuff to make pumpkin pie. I got a graham cracker pie crust. I'm not sure if pumpkin pie generally has graham cracker, but this one was the one that looked good to me, so it's the one I chose. I got canned pumpkin. I did get 2 canned pumpkins because I did see a recipe on Pinterest about a pumpkin protein shake using Premier Protein and the pumpkin puree and some ice and blended it up, and that sounded good to me as well. So I got a second can just for myself. This can will be for the pumpkin pie, and then I got sweetened condensed milk, and then of course whipped cream for the pumpkin pie because you can't go wrong with whipped cream. So that's everything that I got for the Thanksgiving dinner. The one thing that is missing is obviously the turkey. We've decided not to do turkey this year. We're actually going to get a rotisserie chicken or 2 rotisserie chickens. My boyfriend's not really a big fan of turkey. I'm okay with turkey. It's not my favorite. So we decided to go a different route and go with chicken, rotisserie chicken this year. It's easier. It's also less cooking, so that always helps. So the next few things that I got were just things that are not necessarily for Thanksgiving, but things that we kind of needed for the house. So I got a can of corn. Both of my girls really like corn. These canned ones are really easy because I don't heat them up because neither one of my girls really like anything warm. So I just open it up, drain it, give it to them. They love it. They'll eat almost the whole can in one sitting. I got some canned sweet peas as well. They love these. My little one has slowly started to like more and more vegetables. I've been kind of pushing them on her. I won't give her her fruit until she eats her vegetables because all she'll do is eat her fruit and then want more. So I've been giving her her fruit and protein, or excuse me, her vegetable and protein first, and then giving her her veggies, and then giving her her fruit. And that seems to be helping. So I got one of those. I got some sliced carrots as well. Again, it's much easier for me on a weekday when both of my kids are at the table screaming because they're hungry for me to open a can, put it on a plate, and then eat it. I'm all for as long as the children are fed and happy. That is all I care about. Both of my kids are healthy, happy, and that's all you can ask. Next, I got some strawberries. My kids are obsessed with fruit. Since moving to Washington, the fruit supply is much better. It lasts longer. It is also a little bit cheaper. Out of season, they are still pretty expensive, but it's better than them eating chips all of the time. They would probably prefer fruit over a good variety of other things. So I always get these. I was going to get some blueberries too, but they wanted like $7 for a big one or $5.50 for a small one, and I just didn't think that it was worth it. My kids would probably eat the small one in 30 minutes. It's hard for me to just give them 3 or 4 blueberries at a time. So I decided that I wasn't going to get them this time. A little bit later in the season, I may get some more. I got some more crushed red peppers. I put crushed red peppers in a lot of things. My boyfriend and I do like a little bit of spice. I like spicy a little bit more than he does, so I add a little bit more to mine. But I add it just to give it a little bit of kick to whatever it is that we're cooking. I also needed more black pepper, so I got black pepper. I got some bananas. Again, fruit in my house is a hot commodity, so I always get fruit every time I do pickup just because it's easier and it's a quick snack that they can grab. When I do the strawberries, I cut up the strawberries and put them in a container. I obviously wash them, cut them up, and then put them in a container and store them in the fridge. I've noticed that slicing them up makes them last a little bit longer, maybe because they're not necessarily on top of each other. And if one goes bad, it doesn't make all of them go bad. but it also makes for a quick and easy snack. It makes it easier for me when I just grab it out of the fridge, grab a few slices, throw it on the plate, and give it to him. So it makes it a little bit easier for me, and it just works for our family. Next thing I got was some Greek yogurt. I got strawberry Greek yogurt. I put these in a popsicle mold and freeze them, and that's what the girls get as kind of a dessert. So it's sweet. It gives them a little bit of popsicle feel without actually being a whole bunch of sugar. It has a lot of protein in it, which does help as well. So it kind of is a mom trick. I trick them into thinking that they're eating something that's sort of a treat, but really it's for me to get them their protein and get them everything that they need for the day. The last thing that I got was just some milk, some 2% milk. My kids aren't big milk drinkers, but they will drink it with their cereal sometimes, or they'll drink it on occasion in the morning with breakfast. So they're not huge milk drinkers. My little one drinks a little bit more than my older one does, but I always get some just so that they have it on hand. We have it for cooking. We have it for different things like that. So that is my entire haul. I spent a total of $84 on all of this. So a little bit about Walmart pickup. It's super easy. They have an app. You go on the app, and you can choose everything that you want. You can search, which is something that I really like. I like being able to search for items. So if I'm looking at a recipe and I needed to make sure that I have everything for that recipe, I can search each item and add it to my cart. It also saves me from running around the store trying to find a certain aisle that something is at, or if there's like a really unique thing that I can't find, I don't have to search every single aisle up and down. I can just search it on my phone and then add it to my cart. So it's been really convenient for me and my family. It really does help when you have 2 kids in the car, just to kind of park, and they run out with all of your groceries. You can do bags. So depending upon where you live, they do charge you per bag. Here in Washington, it's 10 cents a bag. So I've never done that. I've always just had them bring it out just like this, and then I will put them in my recyclable bags or my reusable bags and be able to bring them into the house that way. So that's always been super convenient for me. It makes it really easy. It also prevents me from buying things that I don't need. So I don't go wandering around the store trying to find things that I don't necessarily need that is super cheap, or that looks like something I might use or I might need, or I might cook with that sometime. So it just kind of helps me avoid unnecessary expenses. So that's the main reason why I started to do it. I've done it probably 10 or 11 times since we've moved here, and I've loved it. They do substitution, so if something that you've chosen in your cart is not available, they do find the substitution of it. So sometimes you'll get a larger one, sometimes you'll get a different brand. They always only charge you what you agreed on. So if you chose a small can for 50 cents and they didn't have that small can and they have to give you the big can, they're going to give you the big can for 50 cents. So it's always a good substitution, generally speaking. The downfall is if they don't have anything and they have no substitutes and you don't get an item, hence my yams, my canned yams that I did not get today. So I will have to go back to the store and grab some of those. But they do go over your order with you in the very beginning. As soon as they bring everything out to you, they tell you any substitutions that you have. You can also see all that on the app once it says that your order is ready. You can look at any substitutions, anything they didn't have ahead of time before you go to the store. You can also reject any items. So I initially got a turkey, and then we had made the decision last night that we were going to do chicken instead of turkey. So I let them know that I no longer wanted the turkey, and so they just took it off my order and brought it back inside. So you can reject any item if you change your mind, or let's say it's broken or anything like that. So you have free reign and flexibility as far as that goes. You can go over that with any of the person that brings out your groceries to you, and then you just load it up and you bring it home. So the app is really easy to use. You just connect your card to it. It's linked the same as the Walmart app, so you can use the Walmart app. It's the Walmart grocery app, and then you just choose everything, check out, and you can choose a time slot of when you want to pick up your stuff. Generally, there's very few, depending upon where you are, that do same day. Sometimes I've made orders in the morning and they're available at 6, 7 o'clock that same night. So there's always that flexibility as well. But since it's around the holidays, they probably are super swamped that I ordered this stuff yesterday and made it available for pickup today. So it also kind of helps to choose the times that they're not so busy. So then that way there's not 4 or 5 cars waiting as well. And there's only 2 people doing the groceries. So it takes some time for them to kind of load and unload everybody's groceries. So I would highly recommend it, especially people that have kids, because it is really convenient. It is really easy. And it also saves you a little bit of money because you're not walking around the store if you're like me and buying things that you probably don't need. So that's my grocery haul for Thanksgiving and my kind of review on Walmart pickup. If you guys have any questions, concerns, please comment below. Otherwise, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also hit the little bell, and it will notify you anytime that I post a new video. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. All right, take care.